They were the sad man, the whole Yalaba, or Yakon. That was a baby dog who got busy about why you summer. This is when I pop my well. Second, your mother, tell him, Massy, Mamma, won't drop Cuba. Second, your mother, tell him, Massy, Mamma, won't drop Cuba, go busy about why you summer. What was the mother got your caboose, when she had to attend that, and look at Buzia, Piesia, Abu Melody, you can't go bypass you. What away every Coca Coca. Es Luya Kakuma. Es Luya Kakuma. Es Luya Kakuma. Nama kaiba manusia mani baba madasa ya kakwe kakwane. Emaro yipie na yo ya kesawo. Sane ba kenka kwawe kaya. Iya kenka kwawe kaya. Kenkusa bu kenka kunsa. Iya kenka kwawe. Iya kenka kwawe. Iya kenka kwawe. Iya kenka kwawe. Kenkusa. Everybody will you dog. Everybody will you dog. Said I walk there. Everybody will you dog. Will never find the mapa. Canu say canu say canu say you bo. Canu pass the rock here. No, can do it? It was a guy here. There was one more. Second, the man better, the maximum man better. Oh, you have to be about to be there. What are the woman? They were the sad man, the whole Yalaba, or Yakon. That was a baby dog who got busy about why you summer. This is when I pop my well. Second, your mother, tell him, Massy, Mamma, won't drop Cuba. Second, your mother, tell him, Massy, Mamma, won't drop Cuba, go busy about why you summer. What was the mother got your caboose when she had to attend that, and look at Buzia, Piesia, Abu Melody, ye ka ko bypass kono boy abi podi ko ka ko Zulu ya ka ko Zulu ya ka ko Zulu ya ka ko na ma kai ba ma ya ma ni ba ma da sa ya ka ko ka ba ne e mo yi bi na yo ya ka sa o sa ne ba ke ka kwa we ka ya ya ka kwa we ka ya ke ko sa bo ke ka ko sa ya ke ka ya ke ka ya ke ka mo na bo ya ke ka mo na bo ke ko sa Everybody will you dog. Everybody will you dog. Said I will give everybody will you dog. Will never question my father. Canu say canu no say canu say you bo. Canu kwa say no kwa ya. Yo kai dua. It was a guy here.
Indeed, it's a wonderful, wonderful evening here. Let's say good evening to all of you and a pleasant welcome this evening to BKS TV. My name is Junior Payne with today's edition of the program, The Heat Hour here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue in our confrontation. We say words in our bullet. It's officially 30 minutes past 10 o'clock here in Rwanda, and it's 30 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia. Where you be watching us from, we'd like to say thank you and welcome to the show here this evening. In a subsequent time, I will be joined by the co-host of this program, Afanso Wumbo. On today's edition of the program, we have a lot of stories here for you to be discussed today. But again, it's a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day, a blessed day that I would like to say thank you to God for letting us see this wonderful and beautiful day. We have a lot of story coming up for you. If you just joined the TV channel this evening, we'd like you to share the show with somebody and let somebody share with another person and keep listening. We have by-election coming up in district number 5 pretty soon. The by-election is going to be super interesting. We have a lot of names coming up, a lot of names coming up. Therefore, we will start to evaluate these folks that are trying to contest in the district, those aspirant. We'll be evaluating them pretty soon here on this channel. Alfonso, welcome to the show this evening.
Thank you, Jill.
Yeah, it's a pleasure always having you. We have a lot of things to discuss this evening, ranging from Armstrong Gova's statement today against the senator of Nima County. It's interesting. I mean, it's very interesting. We're going to be discussing that too as well. As always, we have this training issue in Liberia with the arson attack on the Capitol building. Today was the second hearing of the case, and when the defendants left the courtroom, one of those defendants, in person of Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa, spoke with the press, and we're going to bring you essence of that recording, and we will also be discussing the recording here too in details. The Nima County Administration, in collaboration with the Samaritan, broke ground today for the construction of an airstrip in Nima County, to be specific, Sanicoli. We'll be bringing you more details of that story here to this evening to discuss. But most importantly, on Sunday, we will be joined by Colonius Mami, one of district number 5 representative aspirant in the upcoming by-election. He will be joining us on Sunday. And on Sunday, too, we will also be joined by one of our own, who will also be serving as panelist here on the show, Mr. DK Way will also join us on Sunday to discuss the issue. But again, the first candidate we are bringing on here, the first aspirant that we will be bringing on here on Sunday will be Polonius Mami. But I can confirm one of district number 5, Anthony Adlaw, will also be joining us on Friday to discuss the upcoming by-election within the district. People have been saying he will contest, but on Friday we will be asking him all of those questions to know whether or not he will be contesting. But I can confirm tonight that Colonius Mami will be joining us on Sunday. So if also you got to get prepared to evaluate Colonius and let our people know who he is. You know, it's going to be an interesting show on Sunday, a very interesting one. But again, this issue of ArcelorMittal Liberia is getting scary. People taking different sides. Some people are serving as PR now for ArcelorMittal Liberia. Some people are taking another trend against ArcelorMittal Liberia. I don't know. How do we bargain against a multi-million-dollar company when we, as the people, we are divided? Another group is saying this and another group is saying that. Where do we stand? So we're going to be bringing you more details of that story here this evening. I mean, a lot is going to apply here. But while we try to get all of those recordings set, let me listen to your fans. So good evening again. Welcome. What do you have on your mind?
Well, I want to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wheresoever you are listening to all this evening. You know, there are diverse issues ranging from politics to developments in our country, Liberia, and the way in which we go about engaging them as a youth is concerning, and we need to actually re-examine our thoughts on some of the issues, and we need to go beyond not just making public statement, not just being part of issue that will not benefit us. And there are so many couple of issues that is on my mind to be discussed, but because of the time frame we're working in, we have to discuss the topic on discussion. I mean, we have to discuss it lengthily. So yeah, there are so many things that we'll be bringing it on though.
Thank you so much, Afonso. I'd like to say good evening to all of our followers who are following us this evening. Canes Lewia is also following us. We'd like to say good evening to you and welcome to the show. Please help to share the show with somebody. Mr. Thompson Davis is also following us. Mr. Melvin Opasua is also following us from the United States of America. I'd like to say welcome to you too. And please help to share our show here this evening. Alfonso, while we try to lay hands on the recording of Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa, today was the second hearing, the second day of the hearing. And when he came from there, he said a lot of things, and we spoke to the press. But I don't know why Jonathan Fonati Kofa keeps speaking to the press when the case is ongoing. I don't know what is going on. Is he trying to buy public sympathy? I don't know. But we're going to be discussing that here tonight. And this issue between the late Mother Nancy Doe, her daughter, have been on a couple of social media platforms, couple of radio stations in Liberia, a couple of TV stations, and the saga between the Doe family and former President George Manawiya. She refused those burial materials that were given to her. But today we saw a statement. I don't know whether you saw that statement. The statement came from someone who claimed to be the head of the family. He said those allegations that were made by the late Mother Nancy Doe, daughter Veronica Doe, on Spawn TV, accusing Zoe Peno and other members of the family, they are false, misleading, and they do not support such statement as a family. Now, what is going on, Alfonso? I don't know if you have seen that press statement. I don't know, but I think the family is divided at this point. Everyone, struggling for their own benefit. I think that's what's going on. People want to maintain their own integrity and not the integrity of the family. Let's hear you, Alfonso.
Unfortunately, I have not seen that press release. But let me have my say on it and say that the issue about the late, the former First Lady, like many issues about the death of Senator Johnson, a lot of people have been politicized. Other politicians want to gain glory the other way. When the actual issue on ground is not being addressed, people are not looking into those issues the way they're supposed to look into it, and they are thinking on party issues. People want to leave their party, go into another party. These are things they're thinking of. Politicians always want to play politics, even with death. Mami Doe have her own. Yesterday, I listened to her on Spoon TV last evening. She spoke lengthily. She discussed issues surrounding her mother's death. Most of the issue ranging from the family side that she said she was not happy about it. But the very family that saying today in the press release that you just talk about, that condemning her, this is not the first time for her in the family to raise the issues, to have the concern. They are aware, but they are not being able to address it. But to come publicly, and because she went on radio and said it, and to come and say they are not, by her, I feel it's not the right way to proceed. What I feel was to call her and say, Mommy, this is how it's supposed to be, this is how we're going. Then leave the press statement or in media and focus on the burial of the old lady. And after then we can sit and discuss as a family. I think that's supposed to be the best one. Mommy is angry. According to her, she don't want to keep her anger. She want to verse it out, then she will be free in mind. And which is true. Sometimes when you're angry, you got to verse it out. So I don't see anything for Mommy to verse or anger out because she feel nobody is on her side. Everybody is like on the politician side. So that's how I see it. I don't know. I don't want to elevate the death of the first lady into this public disco where politics are concealed the whole stuff. I don't want to elevate that way. I just want to buy sympathy that the first lady is dead and the family will be mourning her.
That's great, Alfonso. I mean, we don't want to let the dead be awakened tonight, but I think something is wrong in the family that they need to go and settle in-house. I don't know what is going on, but I think the family need to call for a meeting to settle those disputes. Coming to a public media, going to the public, discussing those issues that involve family, I think they are not called for. If you need a united family and a united nation, especially the name circulating with Doe, it's a state name in Liberia. So issues involving our family should be settled in-house and not outside. So that's just my little say on that. But again, like we said earlier on, today was the second day of the Capitol building incident case. And Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa, as always, he spoke to the press again. He made news today. And he said some things that we cannot sit here to discuss it without playing the recording from there. But let's see if we can lay our hands on the recording of Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa. The major story we have here this evening is the statement from Armstrong Guba Selekbo against the Honorable Senator of Nima County, Yan Twai. We will be speaking to that lengthily here this evening. We don't know what is going on, but I think if we need to bargain as a county, if we want to achieve certain goal as a county, we should be together. We should really be together. With the way things are proceeding, people are getting divided, people are accusing each other. Some are saying, we started this advocacy before you, and when we were carrying on the advocacy, you didn't come to help us. In this situation now, you're coming in to speak out, and we believe that you are not saying the rightful thing for the people. And they are also saying that, you are not in the rightful position to speak for the people, because when we started this speaking stuff, you were nowhere to be found. So at this time, we don't need you around. We will carry on our advocacy for ourselves. So a lot of things is going on in Nima County. We're going to discuss it tonight. Again, we'd like to say welcome to all of you who are following the show this evening. If you just joined, you're listening to the Heat Hour here on BKS TV. And my name is Junior Payne, your host. And I'm joined today by Afonso Wumbo, the Booyah Boy, the co-host of this show. It's explosive and it's mouth-watering tonight. Like we said in our intro today, Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa and other lawmakers involved in the Capitol building fire incident. Today was the second day of the hearing at the Monrovia City Court. And after today's hearing, Councillor Jonathan Fonati Kofa spoke with the press, and he said this.
Here we've seen Honorable J. Fonati Kofa upon his departure from the City Court. Second day running now, Honorable, since we started these proceedings. What do you make of the second day running?
Let me simplify it. My taught professor in my second year of law school said one thing which should always apply. Law are common sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's probably not legal.
What is the
there are a number of things that happened today. Okay. First, the prosecution tried to avoid the fact that the police was in charge of the building at all times relevant to this conspiracy and this action. So you will be unable to avoid a trial of this matter, bringing the police in as co-conspirators, if indeed action occurred. The second surprising thing is the state witness testified, right, that the evidence, the plastic cups and the stuff they used to transport the gasoline, they wasted the gasoline on in the building, they lighted, then they took the cups, they ran outside, and they threw them in the yard. So they say they found the evidence outside of the vicinity. That doesn't make sense, right? Finally, there's a hodgepodge of recording unrelated. Okay, there is no direct evidence of relationship to the fire. Abu Kamara, Jacob Debbie are colleagues of mine, and we will talk almost every day to matters that pertain to legislative business. During that time, also remember, the legislature was tense. Okay, the legislature was tense. So to take a recording where I'm at the president house and say that's evidence of a fire, I mean, I was truly disappointed today. The good thing is they didn't take as many bathroom breaks, but the evidence is just as weak.
So that was the voice of former House Speaker Trent, defendant in Capitol building's alleged arson attack. So he just spoke with the press. So this is Representative Abu Bana Kamara. Former House Speaker turned criminal defendant just embarked on his vehicle. So this is Representative Abubana Kamara.
Apostle, you listen to the speaker, the former speaker. I mean, the case is getting tiring. People who are observing the case internationally, the case is getting tiring. People now even want to observe the case again because as a defendant in a criminal case, you cannot be speaking to the press every time you leave the courtroom. You are the only person saying on social media. You are the only person speaking, and your other colleagues who are involved into the case, they are not speaking to the press as you are speaking to the press, and you just keep speaking. I mean, the case is something against individuals and the state, and from what he said today, he said they presented one of their evidences against him, which was the conversation between him, Councillor Jonathan Fonari Kopa, and Abu Kamara. And they said that was the discussion to go and burn down the Capitol building, according to him in the recording. But what I get a little bit contradicting about those statements that he's making is that if you are a legal person, and this case involve high intelligence, involve highly classified evidences, but you keep coming outside speaking to the press as always. You leave the courtroom, you speak to the press. I mean, at a certain point in time when you are no longer doing so, we now as the public, we will believe that maybe something wrong somewhere. You are trying to get convicted of those charges. So yeah, I don't really know what is going on with Jonathan Fonari Kofa. He said today the public prosecution didn't take a lot of bathroom breaks. So that was one of the good things that he saw. And he said those evidences that were presented, according to him, the cup that the DNA was found on was not in the premises of the Capitol building, but it was outside of the premises. So he believed that cup might have been played with by another person, and it is not something to use against him. Let's hear you, Afonso.
Well, Fonati on his part as an accused and a seasoned lawyer, if he was one of them, I mean, one of those who defending a client in such a case, he will advise the client not to be speaking to the media because the case is in court. Unfortunately, he is the one now almost like a spokesperson for those guys who are accused by the government. He seemed to be like the lawyer to all of them, thinking that maybe in the court he can stand to talk on their behalf. I don't know. But when such a case is in court, the defendant is not to be speaking or in public as long as the case is ongoing. What I expect him to do is to remain quiet and just look up to a lawyer. If you have any concern or anything, you can share with a lawyer can speak it out. As some of the lawyers said themselves, they don't really speak the thing out, they say we'll look up to the court. Then why you defender will always be in the public as if you are the media person between the defendant and so forth. So he trying to play politics, he buying public sentiment. Well, the issue of evidence is, that was gathered. If something that was used in the building is found outside of the building, it's not a crime. Or it's not something that somebody will say it's not evidence. You can use something in the building and maybe you throw it out. You can use something in the building and throw it out because perhaps maybe the criminal who did it, the alleged perpetrator, didn't want it for people to see those stuff that they use. Maybe those stuff could not burn to a certain extent, so they say let's throw it out. So it doesn't mean that thing is right in the premises of the Capitol building. It not be outside of the fence, but in the premises of the Capitol building. That entire area is a crime scene. So it's not something that somebody will say, oh, because it was not found to where the area was burned, but it was found outside, meaning that thing is now authentic. It's authentic. Okay? You should be aware. The issue about recording, he himself have agreed to the recording on Spoon TV that the recording is a voice. The voice in the recording is a voice. But one of the clients, Abu Kamara, said it was AR. That AR, making. So it was not his record, it's not his voice, but he, Funadi Kofa, agreed that it was a voice. There are two conflicting information right there. This thing, that's something people who are smart, he himself said it, he said law is logic. And not because of the get a degree, but common sense. People who are smart will be looking at it. One person in a case will agree that this is my voice, and the other person say no, it's not my voice. I guess other people thinking why somebody or on social media say somebody they're getting their evidences now on social media. Now the war is changing. The way people used to go those days, start searching for things, they can't find it. It's just common now to find something on social media. The evidences against people or perpetrator, it can be on social media. One, the cell phone communication is not located in a specific area like social media, because the company who is protecting the communication, if the court grant the defendant the permission to go and order that code to give the communication, the link, these are all social media stuff. So nobody should come here and can't convince people why you should get something on social media against somebody. It's correct. Even right here in the United States, people do it. Any other thing you do, people have to check your record on social media and other places and know your communication. That's the right thing to do.
I mean, with the case right now, I think Funadi Kofa is doing too much. He's a seasoned lawyer. I don't know which tactic he's playing, but I believe that he's playing a political tactic. He's trying to buy public sentiment. He should let the case be heard as it's supposed to be heard, and not to keep coming on social media to keep buying public sentiment. I mean, a lot of folks are accused in this case. Those boys that were accused from his office, I don't know where are they currently. I don't know whether that case too is being heard. I don't really know. But
Yeah,
those people,
you
you don't see them coming to say they will speak to the media. They are speaking to the media. Let's observe the process. But again, today we saw something on social media that representative of District Number 10, Maserati County, Yeke Koluba, has boycotted his vacation, and he's back in Liberia to support his colleagues that have been accused in this arson attack on the Capitol building. What do you think is about to happen right now? Do you think Yeke will go again and they scream that you always go to insult the president, as always, to insult the House Speaker and every other person that he knows? Do you think we're about to experience that in this case?
Firstly, no amount of insult, or assault on anyone from Yeke Koluba side can stop the case. No amount of insult or assault from him can do any harm to the case. It will only add all the tension and the immaturity of him that he exhibit every time. I'm sorry to say that. As a lawmaker, I believe it should be somebody who will set a precedent, who will set the example. Other children are in school, somebody are on social media, and they want to learn from their lawmakers. But you see a lawmaker insulting people every time. That's why we want for our children to do in the future. I don't think so. So his boycotting a vacation to come, that's a right. He can come and support his guys. But he do it peacefully, it will be welcoming. And he do it aggressively, we will also see it as a people, and we'll judge them by that. I just want to say to those who are part of the case to be very meticulous and be focused on the case and forget the action from politicians who will come and show to the public that we are the best people or this thing. We did not do it at all. We don't have to buy those kind of sentiment from them. Those guys have been very wicked to us in the past, and we just looking at them keenly. So Yeke Koluba coming it will not change anything.
I mean, that's it. But I think he has the right to come and support whosoever you want to support in this case. But we should all be peaceful, and that's all I can say right now. That we should all be peaceful. We should all respect the law, and then we should all abide by what the court's ruling will be. So that's just my point. So as we try to close up on this topic to go to our next topic of discussion tonight, so if there is nothing for you to discuss, I would want us to play the recording yesterday from the senator once again. And after that, we want us to also play Armstrong Obaselepo recording. Then we can be able to have a clear discussion and a clear understanding, because there were a lot of allegations made by Armstrong Obaselepo against the honorable senator. So to our followers, those of you who just joined in this evening, maybe you can take a look at the senator's statement yesterday. You can listen to what he said, and then you listen to Armstrong Obaselepo. You too can be the judge for us. You too can also listen, and maybe you can have your one or two say in the comment section. So again, we'd like to say thank you to all of you and welcome to the show this evening, wherever you're watching us from. You're listening to the Heat Hour right here on BKS TV. My name is Junior Payne, and I am here alongside Afanso Wumbo, the Booyah Ball. Again, on Sunday is going to be a fascinating show. We will be joined by Colonius Mami, one of our District number 5 representative hopeful in the upcoming District 5 by-election. He will be joining us here on Sunday to discuss a couple of issues and also to tell us his intention for the district. We will also be joined by DK Way, one of the sons of District number 5. You will be serving as one of our panelists on Sunday so that we can evaluate Mr. Colonius Mami. So that's it. We have a lot of discussion to go on here this evening. Again, like we say in our intro, today the Nema County Administration, in collaboration with StarTime, broke ground for the airstrip construction in San Nicolas, Nema County. We will bring you details of that story here too tonight. But let's go to our next story. Yesterday, the Honorable Senator of Nema County addressed the press. And when he did, Armstrong Obaselepo, a son of the affected community and a defeated candidate in Nema County senatorial election, also addressed the press today. So they are all speaking in the same for the same issue. But one person is accusing another person, while another person too is speaking the issue. So let's listen to the senator briefly, and we can also listen to the press release by Afanso. They are all speaking in the same for the same issue. Okay, so that's it. Let's bring the senator on.
Because we cannot make a press statement that will be too long to listen to. So most of the details will be in questions and answer. So having said that, my fellow Liberians, my fellow Nimbayans, and members of the press, as the current mineral development in 2030, it is my solemn duty as Senator of the people of Nimba to speak clearly, without fear, about the glaring failure of ArcelorMittal in honoring both the letter and spirit of its obligation. I issued this statement to address critical concerns regarding ArcelorMittal Liberia's failure to comply with key provisions of the amended Mineral Development Agreement of 2007. Since the inception of the NDA, the people of Nimba, especially those directly affected in the directly affected concession area, have waited in vain for meaningful improvement in their lives, while AML has continued its lucrative mining operations and boasting of $1.4 billion infrastructure expansion aimed at upgrading its oil before export, while our people continue to endure substandard living conditions and broken promises. The following are unequivocal breaches of the Mineral Development Agreement and undelivered social corporate responsibility by AML. 1. Failure to improve the lives of people within the concession area. AML has failed to improve the social economic conditions of communities within its operational footprint. Despite being in NEMA for more than 2 decades, the people in and around Ikepa live without basic amenities and face hardship, contradicting the expectation of shared benefits from natural resource extraction. The company has made little effort to restore and upgrade housing facilities in Ikepa, leaving our once beautiful town dilapidated and lying in ruins while billions are taken from its soil. This neglect is a betrayal of hopes of thousands who expected decent housing and modern community infrastructure in and around the concession area. 3. The blatant disregard for Liberia's senior management inclusion and the failure to meet 50% of senior management quota by MDA. This is a clear violation of Article 10 of the 2007 amendment. Article 10 of the amended MDA clearly stipulates that within 5 years, by 2012, 25% of the management position should be held by Liberians. Within 10 years, by 2017, that number should increase by 50%. And within 1 year, by 2008, AML was required under Article 10 to appoint a Liberian to one of the top 3 positions of AML, which are the Chief Executive Officer, the Chief Financial Officer, and the Chief Operating Officer. Today, AML top 3 executive remains foreign, with no Liberian occupying that position, in gross contradiction of Article 10 of the MDA. The CEO is a South African, Marco van der Meer. The Chief Operating Officer is Anthony Coken, an Australian. The Chief Financial Officer is Conan O'Brien, a British. This should have taken place. One Liberian should be serving in one of these positions since 2012, 2017, up to now. This is not just a breach of contract. It is a slap in the face and gross disregard to the professional Liberians that we have. The framers of the MDA intentionally specify that a Liberian must occupy one of these decision-making roles. AML refusal to comply demonstrate blatant disregard for the laws of Liberia and the empowerment of our citizens. On a senior management level, below the executive level, which is defined as those who directly report to the CEO, there are 19 positions in total. According to the agreement, by 2017, 50% of these roles should have been held by Liberians. Today, as of the date of this press conference, only 42 out of the 19, 42%, which is 8 out of the 19, are held by Liberians. Worst of it all, AMLs continue to employ foreigners in roles where Liberians are fully qualified and capable, including the Chief Information Officer, foreign, the Chief Position Officer, foreign, Security Risk Advisor, foreign, and Chief of Staff to the CEO. Mid-level positions that are also supposed to be occupied by Liberians. And we are not met the 50% quota, but yet we are at 42%. These are all senior management positions that Liberians are more qualified to handle. Even more egregious, AML employs foreigners in mid-level technical roles such as truck maintenance, foreman, wedding supervisor, among others, who report to Liberians. If Liberians are competent enough to supervise people in those roles, why are these roles not held by other Liberians? 4. Violation of scholarship funding obligation under Article 9 of the 2007 amendment. Article 9 of the amended MDA explicitly mandates ArcelorMittal to provide an annual sum of $200,000 United States dollars for advanced scholarship for qualified Liberian citizens abroad. This obligation was to commence immediately after the 2007 amendment, meaning Liberia should have received $3.6 million over the past 18 years for that scholarship program. In AML's own 2022 report to the National Investment Commission, it admits that payments only began in 2012 instead of 2007. That's a key point. 5 years late. This is unacceptable. While we acknowledge AML contribution in vocational training in UKEPA and Bikena, scholarship funding is not a favor from AML. It is a legal obligation under the AML. We demand full accountability and restitution of the missing funds from the $3.6 million in scholarship fund to date. 5, so-called $1.4 billion infrastructure that is not real. The much talk about $1.4 billion iron ore plant is not an investment for Liberia, and I maintain that, as it can be dismantled at any point in time by AML if it wishes to do so. Unlike the one built by Mittal in Brazil and other countries, which are made of steel and concrete, the one built in Nimba is made of prefab irons with screw meant to stay just for the duration of AML investment. It can be dismantled at any time. Thereby, it disqualifies that infrastructure as an investment for Liberia, but more of a value-added instrument to make AML richer, since, in fact, the labor cost in Liberia to operate that plant would be far more cheaper than what AML is doing right now in Europe. The cost of that plant was also exaggerated. It was exaggerated by AML as the original BAQ, viewed by sources privileged to us, is that plant cost no more than $550 million instead of $1.4 billion. Again, an example of AML overstatement of expenditure to avoid paying proper taxes and dividends to the people of Nimba and Liberia. Does it even make sense, even if it were worth $1.4 billion, for an investment to be placed in a filthy area with no roads leading to? Number 6, transfer pricing. Transfer pricing has been one of the main reasons for lack of dividend. ArcelorMittal uses the strategy of transfer pricing to avoid declaring profit from which Liberia could benefit dividend as per the MDA. We have raised this concern that on many occasions the company has been engaging in transfer pricing practices that result in underreporting of profit to Liberia. This involves setting the price of goods and services provided to related entities at the levels that do not reflect market value, thereby reducing the reported profit in Liberia and subsequently the dividends owed to the government under the MDA. In light of these sustained failures, ladies and gentlemen of the press, my fellow Nimbayans and Liberians, we strongly recommend that the government of Liberia, through the IMCC, the Interministerial Committee on Concession, to take the demands of the people of Nimba and Liberia very seriously, as previously outlined in many of our communication and press statements of the past, subsequent to the following. The pavement of the road from Sanigori to UKEPA become a binding line item within any MDA. That the AMF increase the social development funds to Nimba County and the 2 other affected counties. That the AML sees the construction of containers in UKEPA in favor of renovating the housing units in UKEPA. Enforce a non-negotiable clause mandating the appointment of 1 Liberian among the top 3 leadership positions in AML. to pay the arrears owed since 2007 to the scholarship funds, which will lead to the awardings of scholarship to more students and establish a transparent, monitored fund for scholarship and community development to ensure that ArcelorMittal fulfill its obligation to the people. Institute quarterly progress report on AMS compliance with the MDA to be viewed publicly by the legislature and the affected communities. Abolish transfer pricing and declare transparent financial reporting for Liberia to be able to benefit from the dividend of declared profits. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, my fellow Nimbayans and Liberians, we must not be swayed by the news of $1 billion infrastructure headlines that are meant solely to benefit the export of AML, while the people remain impoverished and forgotten. Development must be inclusive, accountable, and rooted in social justice for our people. To the people of Nimba and Liberia at large, we must not settle for less. We deserve more. The next MDA must reflect the true aspiration of our people and hold AML accountable for its track record. Again, if these demands and these non-negotiable demands are not met, we will lead the process of resisting the renewal of any kind of MDA in favor of ArcelorMittal. Thank you.
I mean, Afanso, because of the time we have, we also supposed to play the recording of Armstrong Guba-Selekpo. We cannot end this recording of the senator, but we also played last night. I want to say here that we will soon be joined by DK Way. DK Way is trying to join us this evening for tonight's discussion of the Heat Hour here on BKS. If you are just joining, I would like to say welcome to the Heat Hour here. This is BKS TV. And my name is Junior Payne. I'm your host, and I'm joined by your co-host, Afanso Wungwa. So this was the statement yesterday from the Senator of Nimba County, Yan Twai. But today, a son of the affected community and also a defeated senatorial candidate of Nimba County, an activist of the affected community people, Mr. Armstrong Guba-Selekpo, also spoke to the press in reaction to the senator's statement yesterday. So let's listen to Armstrong. As we listen to him, we will also have our 1 and 2 cents on today's discussion. This is our most important discussion here tonight. If you want to have your say on tonight's discussion, you can send us your comments via our comment section, or you could also send us a request. We'll bring you on so that you can have your 2 minutes or 1 minute say here on tonight's edition of the Heat Hour. Let's bring Armstrong here, and right after we've listened to Armstrong, we will have our 1 cent and 2 cents on the discussion, Afanso.
My name is Armstrong Guba-Selekpo from the Mines Affected Community, Nimba County. And as a citizen of the Mines Affected Community and former senatorial candidate, I have been one of those lead advocates in the Mines Affected Community for 13 years, working with young people, and we were able to take a challenge with ArcelorMittal where we staged 52 demonstrations asking for the implementations of all in the MDA and making sure that improvement can take place after the July 3rd demonstration. Having done these things, we have seen a lot of improvement taking place at ArcelorMittal. And this press conference currently is based on the fact that some of the politicians want to disrupt and distract us from the achievement ArcelorMittal has made. And they also want to distract the ongoing negotiation for the 10th Amendment. Sitting before you as a former executive director of Nimba Education Guy, the advocate in the federal community, I want to be very clear that we have endorsed ArcelorMittal as a community. But before I go to the press conference, after endorsing ArcelorMittal in a community, to work with ArcelorMittal, preparing for ArcelorMittal new agreement. I want to introduce you, just introduce yourself briefly before I go to read the press conference.
My name is Prince D. Kewule, a son of Yame, and of course, the official spokesperson for the impacted community of ArcelorMittal Liberia.
So Prince is the one who spoke on behalf of the people when we had our MOU we shared with ArcelorMittal the last time. So today's press conference opening is official response. My official response to Senator Yan Tuayen Jr. You know, before we go to the response to Yan Tuayen, I want to make certain things clear that ArcelorMittal Liberia has been able to achieve a lot of things, and those things that Mittal has been able to achieve after so many years within a period of from 2006 up to now. I want to spread out some of it so that the public can know, because sometimes people don't know what Mittal has done, but politicians come out and give information that sometimes cannot be fair to the public and always incite citizens back home. So that's why we want to say this. The MDA Mineral Development Agreement of ArcelorMittal between 2006 to 2024, Mittal was able to achieve 21 commitments under the MDA. And these 21 commitments that they achieved, it was fully, it is detailed, it was fully done and fulfilled. Commitment was 14 out of 21. 14 were fully committed and done fully and completed. We talk about the railroad rehabilitation, which has to do with 243-kilometer road. That which was done by ArcelorMittal, we know, as per the report is sent us, which I just downloaded this morning from their website. They were able to do a port rehabilitation, reporting and documentation storage record, which they were able to do. They were able to do a secondment of government staff. When they talk about secondment, it's something where government send people to work with them and other things. They were also able to do vocational training. They have rehabilitated and expanded the VDC. And the VDC they have done, they have been able to train employees, train librarians, and the librarian people are also there working. I got relatives, I got more than 4 or 5 relatives there that are working, and I'm a witness to that in Yekipa. They were also able to do advanced scholarship program, which is 99 awarded for a 6% graduate from what ArcelorMittal training program. And I can tell you, my friend Kuro, Jackie from Italy, we are Eddie Miawe from my district, Eddie Miawe Fangalo, he also came from overseas with a master's degree. I can name people that are closer to me that receive this benefit from the scholarship. On the issue of access for schooling for dependents, 1,080 students enrolled. 1,080 students. The dependents are people who working there, they are not people that depend on them, that they are children, their relatives and things. So there are 1,080 students that enroll. Taxes and royalty, that is their government issues, but I just need to say this, clear this way before coming to the community. There are over 424 million paid to government of Liberia. This is the government information I'm giving, that the government is authentic, because when I'm coming to debunk the senator, I need to be fair of what I'm saying. So we did a research, knowing fully well that as partner to ArcelorMittal and people who been ArcelorMittal to improve, for us to know what they have done. So that's what we do. So community health infrastructure, clinic, hospital, these are things that they have done that we are doing. As you may be aware, the relocation of the Seneca Hospital that is done through a $3.7 million. That project is a government-funded project. ArcelorMittal funded in partnership with government of Liberia, managed by Liz. It's done in Seneca. I visited the place last time. It go almost 80%. The records are there. You go Seneca, you're going to see it. They also being able, with the iron ore they're taking, I don't want to be able to go deep into what they are taking, but the benefit that comes to us is what we want to do. Then one of the things we used to argue about when we were around was that there was a need for ArcelorMittal to be able to prioritize local businesses. And they got 58% of the local procurement process that they've been doing. Some of the procurement process that has to do with coming up with buying goods and services in the local community. There are so many contracts that are given to community people, which I am a witness. Even myself, that I know like Jungle Water, JEP, CMC, and the list go on. Several companies from the community that are benefiting from that, and the procurement process has gone well 58%. the medical care obligation. They also have so many medical operations that they are doing for themselves. But for the one that is physically seen by me for the affected community, which I come from, is we have the BAPA clinic, for instance, which was not their project. It was not in that project. These are things they did that it was not in the MD, the BAPA clinic. Their contribution to other clinics and hospitals that they have been made. And so far, so good, they have been able to upgrade some of these facilities in the place. On the job training, they have 54%, 54 staff trained overseas. Their own staff that are trained overseas librarians, they have 54 staff. They are there, they are trained overseas for them to come out to be able to, because this thing will download it, I download it from their website. And also, I went to the Ministry of Mines and Energy and got this report. That's what I'm saying. So it was something that I recorded and want to come. So the commitment stay in progress that we know the environmental issue. YAML has made strong strides, including 40 quarterly EPA reports. Out of the 40 quarterly EPA report, you really get to understand that 150,000 indigenous trees planted, 150,000 indigenous trees is being planted because the Community Forest Management Program, they have a contract with them, which is headed by St. Thompson, the Bar Community Forest, and for the reforestation. So they also give them contract that they are always there while doing a replanting of the forestry, and that which I'm the witness from, because I know St. Thompson and the rest of the people are doing. To the Bar Conservation Agreement, which have been going on with different conservation groups and the Community Forest Management Program. Ongoing biodiversity and waste management program also there. All of these things that they have done. Now to the issue of this arguments about AML contribution to the federal community. One of the key things I want to tell the public today is when we were demonstrating, our argument was we wanted to see our brothers and sisters. And as we speak, there is no department in Aslamita that you cannot find Nimbayan there as superintendent. We have the community liaison department, we got 2 superintendents. You go to the environmental department, we got another 1 or 2 superintendents, the operations and so forth. So with these things that happen, the affected community went on the last time, they said to themselves, look, what we can do now is to ensure that we work with these people mutually as they go for a new agreement. What was lacking in the new agreement, then we can bring in aid for to work with them. And we had a meeting with them, the chief and elder, the community people. We came together. There was a resolution signed. A resolution I read on OKFA yesterday, Prince read on OKFA yesterday, and we presented, we said, this is what we want a dialogue. When the Mobile issue is settled, the ZOR group will come with that resolution. They are together and say, this is what we want as a dialogue for us to negotiate. We are not saying we are against people speaking against Aslamita. But our issue has been, if you are speaking to Aslamita, let also admit that there have been greatest achievement. And Mita is the biggest investment we have currently in our country. And as a Nimbayan, trust me, Mita is operating in my district. In my district, the road leading from Yekiba to go to Blolewi, to go to Zogaipa, my home, as the people are working there, you realize that in market goods and they are consuming the money, come back to what the concentrator that they build. They're going to provide 3,000 plus jobs. The 3,000 plus jobs, majority of the local jobs are coming from us. So we see this investment as a plus. Today, people go to Nimakande, they are praising us. It is because we get a higher investment. And through the higher investment, that for instance, Prince Howard able to build Ferina Highway, Avino Hotel, but he got contract there. Jungle Water were able to expand because they got contract with that. So people, these are all Nima businesses. So as they are doing their Nima businesses with the people, they are also expanding, which is helping to grow our economy, make Nima a better place for all of us. So now I go to the issue before I go to the political side of this. My response to Senator Nyan this day. Senator Nyan, you know, sometimes when people are saying this, people can't understand it. Senator Nyan, as a senator of Nima, since he took over, first he had not been able to get no report to the people of Nima. One day, you explain a lot, he said he was speaking on behalf of the people of Nima, which is you as a sitting senator that's supposed to call town hall meeting. What we expected from him to speak to the people of Nima and say, this is what I've done in 2 years time, he has never been able to do it. Before he could become senator, he works at Social Security. All of the times he worked at Social Security, he was not able to one day go to Nima to even identify with the student grouping, the community grouping, to even sit with us at Nima to make a view on the Aslam Mitadi. Worst of all, go on YouTube, on True FM page, YouTube. Mamadi Diakite brought a talk show when the riot took place in 2013. Mamadi Diakite brought a talk show about the riot in 2013 when Ellen Johnson said he said you're going to seize our money, our county money, and use it for the riot that took place. Now, Vice President Jeremiah Kum, former Representative Garrison, they were the two voices, and Yan sat in that studio. He defended that it was the right of the president to seize the Nima money. Nima people were criminal, they were hooligan, they were harassing investment. The records are there, you can go on YouTube. I will share with you people. So for Nyatwaye, who said this thing yesterday, to become a senator, he had not had one district meeting, one council meeting, to come today to come and see that he was set up the biggest investment against us, against we the citizens, so that the people of Nimba can, the people of the world can think that Nimba are ungrateful, is unfortunate. We totally distance ourselves from him. We disagree. As a federal community people, they're the spokesman for the federal community. The federal community spokesman, we are clear that this thing, we are not part of it, and we are not going to support any politician to sit in Morocco to incite or unknowingly. The new agreement coming up, we support Aslam Mittal strongly. We support the government like bro. We want for both groups to sit down on the table to have a amicable discussion, taking into consideration the recommendation from the federal community, which include Zor, Yamen, Say, Ga, Bana, or Lao, and Zan. So these federal community are demand and Nima allied demand to be put together. They set in a hall, they discuss it, and when they discuss it, they come there. Senator Nyatwaye, as a person, he has not been able to set anybody to do anything. He has totally lost control of Nima County. And he lost control because he lost control. He had no way. He see the current superintendent as a threat to his job. The only reason why Senator Nyatwaye is getting vetted today is because the superintendent of Nima County started a community engagement, going from community to community with Aslam Mittal activity, trying to calm down situation. And the superintendent has reached out to him myself. She been reaching out to people that, look, we can work together, we can do everything possible so that we can have an amicable solution. And because of the community engagement and the popularity the superintendent is getting, Nyatwaye feel that he want to use the Aslam Mittal amendment as a bargain so that Mittal can say, look, you're getting rid of the superintendent. You heard the story, the few people saying they will move Bonga the superintendent too. And because the superintendent from the federal community are getting too powerful with the community or local government act as they are implementing it. So before I close, just not to hold you boring, I want to be clear that Senator Nyatwaye's mission is all about himself. He has lost control. He has never consulted any Nimaya. Nimaya had never been able to sit with Nyatwaye to talk anything. He had never even been to the Cape to sit and call any mass meeting. Here is a senator sitting right here to whom you are living when you move to Oro. When you go to Nyatwaye's house, they will say, well, you must send a message he approved before you go. As a Nima leader, something that is unprecedented and noise to happen to or Senator Johnson, Koga, or any of our leaders, even the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, we can just march to a place there, we stand to the game when you see that the people come. But for him, he has never done it. So because he has lost the control, he wants to incite us against the government, and we are saying no. We from the federal community will strongly support this investment. We stand with the investment. We will protect the investment. $1.4 billion investment and not small investment. Senator Nyatwaye is saying that he will and Aslam Mittal should leave, he will bring company in 2 minutes. How possible is it? Company can come to any company anywhere in 2 minutes? Let the public be the judge. It is not because he came from America this few times. HPS people, what we learn is that some lobbyists from HPS met him and gave some money for HPS so that he can use this money against Aslam Mittal. We are not against HPS. We are not against any other company. Our issue is to call for our benefit. But you cannot go to America, you take money on our behalf, then you come out, you stay here and try to damage the reputation of the entire Nima so that people can see all that Hulu gangs and thought they can see all that people don't let investment. We support the investment strongly. We are with Aslam Mittal. I close by saying we are going to support Aslam Mittal. We are going to support the government of Liberia. We call on the government of Liberia. We call on Aslam Mittal to sit and have a view and sit and have the community engagement as superintendent has started is good. We support the superintendent too, that they can listen to the superintendent, listen to the young people, listen to the student group, that the recommendation I will be taking, they can take it in the room and have a dialogue on it so that we can have a better deal for all of us. I thank you all, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I thank you.
Fanso, you listen to Armstrong. You listen to Armstrong. And I have a lot to say tonight. That's why I said we should firstly play the recording of the senator before we play Armstrong Gowasilakbo, because our followers who are following us right now, they might want to know where this entire discussion started from. I mean, yesterday I put up a statement from Armstrong Gowasilakbo from the Nima Jenna chat room. And I want to say here clearly that this is shameful. I don't know who has lost balance here. I don't know, but let me hear you first, Afonso. I will come in to have my 1 cent on that.
You know, I like the political discourse in our country. Everybody got freedom of expression, and they can say anything they want to say. But I think I was in Nimba. Did that support any youth grouping that their purpose was to go and talk after talking? They get their money, they go sit down and forget about what they were talking about. So they had concerning bias, they got the Nima education guy, and there are so many my own men, Wellington Patrick, all of them were part of concerning bias and other stuff. But they encouraged me to join and say no. The reason is if the leader dream is only to pocket some finances and go improve their family, then I can't be part. I will only be part of something that we all say, if this come, we will stand our ground. You see, Senator Twain, this is a 1 year, some months in office. It is true with no concern he raised that he had not come to Nimba personally to sit down on a Palava hut and make report. But sometimes, because of the engagement and the pressure on the government and other stuff, we listen to him making report on the voice of Gompa that carry all across the country for over hours. And I listened to that. For him to come here and say the senator had not made no report, maybe he wanted the senator to invite him in person to make a report. I'm not saying the report he made on radio is a proper means to do it. Perhaps maybe his schedule was so tight, so he just decided, say, let me just make a report. Later on, maybe I'll give the copies to the media and other people who are responsible to see it. The issue about ArcelorMittal, let's sit down and analyze it. This is a young man who had led protests upon protests from 2013 up to 2019. He was still on the back of ArcelorMittal. Even when he was with they disbanded, I don't know, the company that was coming in that place in Zorbel that I don't know where are they now.
Solway Money Incorporated.
Solway Money Incorporated, when he was with them, the very ArcelorMittal put money in his pocket to buy him over, and he switched from Solway and went back to ArcelorMittal. So this guy, the youth are not people who cannot think. These days, youth are people that can think. That's why you see anytime he put up anything, people don't support him. That's the reason. Because he's not consistent with advocacy. Now he's taking Nima to just be Zor and Yap. In fact, the Yapie people, if you go to Yapie now, me say Yamen. If you go to Yamen, the people will tell you that what Armstrong is talking is not true. Because the roads they have is not a good road for their goods to come to market. That's a fact. They don't have roads there. Now they really see nobody will go how they call it to blow their way and other places there. Nobody will go there easily with car. Unde motoba will find a way to go. And we're talking about serious issue, and him bringing a personal issue. That's everything he discussing is personal issue. It's not serious issue. We discussing Nima, discussing a personal issue. How you feel about somebody? It's not how you feel about that person. Is how the person feel about the man is advocating for Liberia and Nimba. Then you discussing why the man did not join your struggle at the time, because he did not join your struggle at the time. So everything he said was not right. I mean, it's not right. And you become now the PRO for ArcelorMittal, telling us that ArcelorMittal has done a lot. That you're supposed to come and say that the ArcelorMittal got up, that you know that PRO, they get up, they get up their public relation officer. Then he come media and tell the Nibans, the Liberian, what all they are done. Now he, Armstrong, is not the rightful person to say. Now everything listed that ArcelorMittal had done this, done that, he was not able to tell us. The superintendent area, you talking when you go to the other department, they get two superintendents there as they are Liberian. He was not able to tell us how many Liberians there. He was not able to tell us how many people from Resort and the Yami and the Yapie. He was not able to, the affected community, how many people from there that are working there as superintendent. And he was not able to also tell us how many superintendent is needed that Liberian get two there. Why is he analyzing here? Why is he analyzing when the senator brought the whole thing, analyzing the entire thing holistically, and you can't bring politics in something? For me personally, I would not really support Armstrong. I only want to appeal to my late brother Prince Kelvin. He stay young. He shouldn't allow Armstrong to use him. Armstrong them, they are not consistent people. Don't follow them. People make you that official spokesperson, they tell you say that yes, you can say it. I don't say you don't say it, but no concern. When you get it and voice it out, you have to reach your leaders, then you can make it. Let me let you know that Armstrong and Yami people, they can sit over there, they discuss what they want to discuss. As long as the leaders of Nima don't agree, it will not work. You should know that. So you should be in line with leaders.
We're going to have
a
second segment on the discussion. Let me have my 2 cents. I think we'll limit to maybe at least at most 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah. No problem.
5 minutes. You see, honestly speaking, I'm disappointed in Big Brother Armstrong Gubasilako. I'm very much disappointed. I don't know which rebuttal he came to make today. I don't know what different he has said from the honorable senator. I mean, if you got something personal with people, you go to them and settle it, but not to include it in something that is affecting everybody. The issue of ArcelorMittal Liberia is affecting every Nima citizen. It's affecting even the government of Liberia. If you listen to the senator's speech, he listed a couple of different things that ArcelorMittal Liberia have not been lifting up to. And those things he didn't mention, those are the things that ArcelorMittal Liberia have been trying to uphold. And then you talking about memorandum of understanding that was signed between the affected communities. And the senator is talking about an MDA, Mineral Development Agreement, which is the binding legal force between the government of Liberia and ArcelorMittal Liberia. Now, with the Mineral Development Agreement, the government of Liberia can use that to get on the back of ArcelorMittal Liberia to do some things. But within the memorandum of understanding, it's like you in a business with somebody, and you told the person that since I'm doing business with you, when I get certain profit, I will give you certain benefit. That's just about the memorandum of understanding. The senator said the scholarship funds were not given for a couple of years, and he needs ArcelorMittal to pay back that money. And you're going to talk about your brothers and sisters who have traveled abroad based on ArcelorMittal personal scholarship. According to Article 9 of the Mineral Development Agreement between ArcelorMittal Liberia and the government of Liberia, it didn't say ArcelorMittal Liberia should pay for individual scholarship. No. If ArcelorMittal Liberia pay for individual scholarship, it is their help to the people, which we appreciate them for. But the $200,000 United States dollars that ArcelorMittal Liberia promised to give to the people of Liberia, it should be given to the Liberian government through the Ministry of Education. It is the Ministry of Education that has every authority to implement that particular scholarship funds. So those individuals you are mentioning that went to school in Italy that came back, we don't know which scholarship they went on. I mean, I know so many folks that have been working with ArcelorMittal Liberia that are sent to Kumasi University in Ghana to attend. It is ArcelorMittal personal money they paying behind those folks. And according to information, when they go back to Liberia, they are working with ArcelorMittal Liberia, and 10% of their monthly salary is paid towards that scholarship fund. If Armstrong has any other issue with the senator, he should come out and say it. We cannot be discussing something important to the people. You be talking about going to someone's house and the person, they told you to text the person first before you enter. I mean, he's a statement, Armstrong. For God's sake, he's a statement. You didn't just bash to somebody's house at any time because the person is a leader. He's a statement. So those things are personal issues that I believe Armstrong should go to settle with the senator and not to go to the public and start to say things he's not supposed to say. You saying that the railway construction, this is something in the Mineral Development Agreement. And it is ArcelorMittal legal obligation to fulfill that. With the cleaner the bill in Bapa, we appreciate them for that. But that is in the MDA. And the MDA said, when we make profit, we will come back to give you something. We don't know how much ArcelorMittal Liberia is making. Now, if you look at the superintendent positions you are talking about, logically, when you think the superintendent position, these are all not even managerial positions. These are local positions between the people. You cannot go to India and bring someone to serve as liaison officer between the affected community and ArcelorMittal Liberia. You cannot go to bring somebody from Australia to serve as superintendent between the government of Liberia and ArcelorMittal Liberia. No, these are internal and domestic jobs for the Liberian people. So you cannot compare superintendent position. When you listen to the honorable senator, he said the managerial position. ArcelorMittal Liberia has 3 top managerial positions, which he said they are occupied by foreigners. And he said Liberia should be on that position too, because we want to know what is happening in the market. You cannot come back and tell us that today market will not grow. We say, but things are not really okay. That's the point the senator is preaching. Now, I will fully stand with the senator on this. I don't know if you want to castigate me, Armstrong, if you are listening right now. I don't know. You want to tell me that, oh, Junior, you disrespect me, but I believe this is not disrespect. I believe this is not disrespect. And Priest Kawule, you are a very intelligent young man, a school young man, and I believe you stand for the cause. I believe that you shouldn't be used by Armstrong. What I can say here is that Prince doesn't even know what Armstrong wrote today. But I believe Armstrong just can join here and say, my PA, come and sit beside me. Let me read my press statement. I know Armstrong very well. Prince is not in the know of what Armstrong wrote today. Prince is not in the know. You're writing a press statement talking about something from the vocational school. These are social corporate responsibility of ArcelorMittal Liberia, for God's sake. For God's sake, a multi-million-dollar company shouldn't be even operating one vocational school in the country. No. This is social corporate responsibility. Now, if you go to superintendent position, these are domestic positions. They're meant to be for the Liberian people. We're talking about managerial positions. Now, with these managerial positions, we need Liberians to be on that place. We need Liberians to represent on that position. But again, if Armstrong has a personal issue with the senator, let him take it with the senator and let him leave the Nima people and the federal people alone. Armstrong has used the affected community a lot of benefit. I know he used the affected community to get a job with Solway. Solway gave him a car. Later on, he betrayed Solway and went back to ArcelorMittal Liberia. He's been using the affected community And I believe the federal community have learned. That's why they push it along the way this come around. They say, no, we don't want you, Armstrong. You've been coming here lying to us always. You say you will stand by us. At the end result, when something can you leave? That's the reason they brought Prince Kewale. So Prince, the affected community people, the elders, they believe in you. That's why they brought you on board. But if you keep affiliating with Armstrong with the way you did today, you brought yourself to public ridicule. In that manner, the affected community, the elders, they will lost regard in you. If you do not want to be seen that way, I mean, you should stay away from Armstrong. Armstrong is using personal issue into something that is affecting the community. Go to Lubei, that is in Yame. Check the school in Lubei. Very dilapidated. According to information, the schools in Makento are now running again. Makento 1 and 2. Makento is in Yame. Those schools are not operating. Asylum Mental Liberia is operating in Yame. Makento towns are affected badly by Asylum Mental Liberia. When they blast on the mountain, those blasts affect even the local houses in Makentos. But Armstrong is here tonight, sitting and telling us things we're not supposed to hear. I mean, welcome to the show this evening, Uncle, Big Brother, veteran, a household name, DK Way.
You are muted.
Do I need face care too?
No, you don't need face care.
like you the song we affect.
Welcome.
So what's the issue today? I'm aware that when we spoke last week, when we spoke on Sunday, was the guideline already out?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, so if the guidelines is out, we need to reach out to all our candidates. We need to talk to them. They are the ones that should be representing us soon. So they reach out, let them come. We can roast them. We don't have to take a side. But anybody is to represent our district, they need to come and talk to us what they are capable of doing and what we should expect from them moving forward. So we need to do that. If we are not getting candidates, we can get their supporters. And that takes some time to focus on Booyah. That takes some time out and focus on Booyah. Let Booyah be our focus. And yes, let get that rolling.
Yeah, DK, we were discussing issues on the Senator Twayen's statement against Asylum Mental renewal of a MDA, and somebody came or Armstrong Gowaslevo Kiwa said his statement was not good. He cannot buy the idea in default with him. So that's why we were discussing, because we played both recordings. So we're just discussing it.
So Alfonso, the last time during my first appearance here, you guys are like the host. I told you guys that I think we are giving attention to Armstrong. And the attention we are giving to Armstrong is something that he does not deserve. We need to be careful, because when we elevate Armstrong statements and continue to elevate that, we are giving him ground to keep doing his controversial stuff. You guys need to show me how to share this stuff. Share this with audience. Yes, you need to show me how to share. Hold on.
I don't know why all of my guests dropped, but I'm hoping that they rejoin. I'm hoping they rejoin. So, like I was saying, Armstrong, great. They are back.
Oh, okay. So, did I just send one? I already know how I went off.
Yeah, I think you press something on your phone, but when you want to share the show, you got to go on your official Facebook page, and then you just share it from there.
It's on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, so let's stop elevating this guy. I know he's in the news, but then when you are you guys, I told you guys the last time I practiced journalism. Let's look for the real news maker. Nya is making the news that the world should capture. We are not saying Ezra Meta had done totally wrong. We are calling for, like in the Nya statement, we are calling for improvement. We are calling for the affected communities to have those necessities already in the people that I don't have interest in him, the person, but I have interest in his because everything I said is something that all of us from NEMA need to support. I support that with everything, and I think that's my comment on this.
I mean, we are also in support of Senator Twyant's statement yesterday, and we want to stand with him fully. We also debunk all of those malicious statements that were made today by Armstrong Gubaselekpo. I mean, you cannot use the affected community always to get what you want, and then after you've gotten what you want, you leave. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. I believe Ashko had nothing to say today, just to go and bring up those data from Asila Menta. Maybe, I don't know whosoever gave it to him, because I believe he's the official PR now for Asila Menta Liberia. He's the official PR. The official PR owner for Asila Menta Liberia, which is wrong. It's very wrong. I don't know what's happening to DK Network, but we hope that he rejoins us very soon. So
yes, DK is in transit, and when you are in transit in there where in Guru is not too good, that's why I think so. But we'll continue to say this, Armstrong, actually I don't want to give him that credence. So
are you guys hearing me?
Oh okay. Yeah, DK, thank God you are back. So I don't want to give credence to Armstrong statement, because it's almost like we elevating him. That's why our brother DK said it's not a good thing to elevate somebody who is making statement against the state, is making statement against the country, because all of his statement is not statement that we all will be buying here and be pushing forward. I believe our leaders will be looking into the issue and see how we can handle the issue of Asila Meta correctly. We all work together to do that. Yeah.
So DK, you just coming. I want to say hopefully by Sunday we will be having one of the aspirant here on BKS TV, and we are hopeful to be relayed by Voice of BKS in Butu Town. So by Sunday we will be joined by Colonial's Mami. Colonial Mami is anticipating.
It's Colonial's Mambea. Colonial's Mame. Colonial's Bokua Mame. That's it, right?
And I heard that you are supporting him fully. I don't know whether that is true.
So stop again, me. That's what they ready. You get me already people later. You make it on that come on Sunday. So Colina, like I said, I told you guys yesterday on Sunday, because we will be playing this role. We need to be careful to not be seen like people who have a side. I told you guys openly before you could even think about bringing your candidates on the show. I told you I'm for everybody. In fact, you bring Colina or Sonny, I will declare my support for him. You bring Carter the following day, I will declare my support. You bring Sansi and declare my support. You bring Johnson, you bring. So this will be my way of doing it. So they all the candidates, like I said, they are all qualified. They are all sorts of dollar of booyah, and anybody who will definitely be our lawmaker. And we need to bring people too who are supporting any candidates. We need to bring people too who also oppose the former representative who became senator. Because if you oppose Kuga in the past and you are supporting one of the candidates, then we need to bring you two to talk to you. Why you think your candidate is the best? Why we will also hear from the candidates. I know there are people from there who have diverse opinion, and we need to hear from them.
Yeah.
So by Friday, we will be bringing one of the district song. His name is Elijah Menendez Sia. He will be joining us here on Friday. He has been one of the opposers to Senator Koga leadership in the district, and he also strongly opposed to Senator Koga being senator, and he's from district number 5. So he will be joining us here on Friday. We will be hearing from him too. He will also declare his support for a candidate. We don't know. So on Friday, we will be hearing from him, and I hope you will join us to have that discussion on Friday.
I don't know what time on Friday. Friday, I might be busy. I might be in transit traveling somewhere. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Depending that you get my WhatsApp number. I really check my WhatsApp most often than Messenger. So while you shoot me a text and you guys are on, even if that passes 10 minutes, I will come and listen. Or I can sit at the back and just listen to you guys and see what he will be saying. But don't forget, Elijah Menendez is also contemplating to contest.
So we are hoping that maybe on Friday he could tell us everything here.
Yeah, so he's my comrade. He's a brother that I really respect. So yeah, so that's why I said we bring those people. You will be putting me in a difficult spot, but again we have to play certain role to get them all the hard questions. So we have to do that on behalf of our district. It's we are from Nima, but we are from Booyah also. So you see, I follow Elijah a lot.
When it's about Elijah, you say you respect Elijah, but when it's about my CEO, you say, my CEO contest. Today you will go to register to contest. I don't know what's going on with you, DK. I don't know. But you got to leave my CEO alone a little bit. Maybe we will contest.
My man, your CEO is my guy.
So if you tell us you are staying away from the race when we register as a candidate, then we can go to contest.
You repeat that for me. I didn't get that. My earpiece is going low.
I said if you can promise us here that you will stay away from the race, then my CEO will go to register as a candidate to contest.
All right, man, myself will be coming from America in 2 times. I will get a man chance. In fact, I'm surmising that Mr. Wungbo. Mr. Wungbo will be coming too. But yeah, I said, Mr. Wungbo, if you want to go, let me know because you're myself from Yao. So that we can call the fee from Yao. At least Arvin is from Yao. Imagine Arvin funded this institution and give it to Hikase from Butuo. So those are things that we need to be highlighting. And we need to hit high on the guys who are coming from Yao, the candidate from Yao. They have been occupying the position for some time. So we need to hit them hard. So you bring a candidate from Yao now, we'll be hitting that. So don't be surprised that we will be giving them all the tough questions on Friday. And that's the beginning Sunday. I'm sure about the Sunday. I'm not sure about Friday. But if everything goes well, I might part in.
Yeah,
but they Yes, on your I trying to discuss so that no son from your will contest. We want to leave it with the other clans.
My man, I think that's not possible. I don't support that. If you do
Why?
that, you don't encourage competition. That thing about that encourage those people to step aside. You don't encourage competition in that manner. Leave the people to contest. By the way, one person will emerge as victor. The only group of people I don't support in a race will be brothers, cousin, first cousin, nephew, that going against one another in that type of tense political competition. It get the family divided. I don't encourage that. I'm against that. But why would somebody say encourage people from your to not come in a race? Then you will not make the elections competitive.
I mean,
By the way,
you people have been
yeah. By the way, myself for Yao, right?
Mhm.
Yao will have, if not possible, at least the higher number of candidates in the race. Because in Yao, for example, you will have Dan Yowia. Only in Bia 2 alone, you have Dan Yowia and AB Capo. Then Stephen Matar Johnson will come from we near to Okato Play. Then that we are to Macam for Yao Glade. Then Colinas Bokwa Mame will come from Blue. Tato Aloysius Mame will come from Yao Blue. Mekua, why your first name? Augusta Mekua will come from Blue. That is Blue downplay. I'm not sure about any candidate from Yale. I'm not sure about any candidate. I don't know whether Mr. William Myers, Uncle William Myers, is contemplating to contest because he has contested several times in a place he have a very strong base. That will be the Yale U2 factor. I don't know anybody from Lepula since the passing of Mr. Dan Nyawe. I haven't heard about anybody from Nala. Not even Teaple and Kala up to Siawe play. I'm not hearing anybody from Town play, but Mana Louis Siawe from Town play contested before. So that is for Yao. Now, enter Yao for instance. Just show me you is and might be a candidate for Yao go my play. I haven't heard anybody from Blooming play because people Edwin Blooming is staying in Minnesota. Maybe he might go there. I'm not hearing anybody from Tatu, Biobuane, then Butuo. Harvey is still dunkling. He doesn't know what to do at this point. I'm not sure Butuo. That's it. I'm not sure. Yeah. Then we have your Dapple. You will have Jesse Merman. You have Jane Soma. I don't know whether Jane Soma would like to go back. Do we have anybody from Banwe? I'm not too sure.
No.
Do we have anybody from Banwe Junction? I am not also equally sure. Do we have anybody from Blanchard and Soccer Play? No. Then in Butuo, Joseph White Jr. has always contest from Butuo. From Butuo, the girls that might be appearing on Friday, Elijah Menendez is contemplating on contesting. Now, I am not too sure about Gussie Harris Gussie. If Joseph White Jr. is contesting, Gussie might not contest because they are brothers. I am not sure whether what Sylvester Nuna is thinking about if he want to contest. That would be for Butu alone. So I'm not hearing anybody from Buele Newtown and Buele Old Town. Now, to Nikwea, do we have anybody from Townway? No. Do we have anybody from Cafe Good? Gabriel Donzua. Gabriel Dennis Donzua. Gabriel have been thinking about that, but I'm not too sure whether Gabriel will contest. So Gabriel is in New York. He's making money. Gabriel might like to contest. Now, who else? We said Donzua play Cafe Good. Do we have anybody for Yonle? No. Now, do we have anybody for Tia Zaire? No. Then you enter Dameplay. Dameplay will have Dameplay will have Joe Toa. No, something is both from Butu, but I'm taking something to Nikwaya now. Now, Joe Toa may come for Dameplay. I'm not too sure because Bobby Nweti, who was the co-guy recently, I don't know his intention, but he in Australia. So that's it for Dameplay will be Joe Toa. Now, for Florida will be Boris Balier and Tage Nweti. So Florida will be Boris Balier and Tage Nweti. That's for Florida.
Tage Nweti say not contesting.
That whole thing constant because people who contested before, they are still potential candidates. You can't rule that out, also. Then for Florida, you do we have anybody for rule? No. So that's it. Then you get anybody for Mars who play? No, nobody for Mars who play. Now then you go to Peg. Something is for Peg. So something is for Peg. I'm not sure. Something is a candidate. Something might be a candidate. It's sure. So that's for Peg alone. Now then you go to Blale. Blale. I thought she is from Blale or Glale.
I think it's from Glale.
Glale or Glale.
Glale.
Okay, so I thought is serious that you want to contest. I thought why last name Gonli?
Yeah, I thought I say Gonli or Gonli.
Yeah, so yeah, that I thought. Now, do we have anybody from Blale? No. Okay, now then you go to Beaple. Beaple used to have John Tosa, right? Reverend John Tosa.
Yeah.
Reverend Is he contemplating to contest?
No, but he contested as Senator Kennedy, but not representing.
Don't forget there's people that are teachers at UL, at the University of Liberia. What am I doing? The name is Tato Yakasi or Yakasi. He teaches at the University of Liberia. So Tato name have been coming up. If I tell you, I can say there, I tell you who all will contest in Booyah. So Tato name have been coming up. So we don't have the apple, right? And we don't
in Booyah.
No, listen. When you know where the opponents are coming from and who will be, because when we do this, we have to go for the top 4. When we do this, we have to go for top 4. Then we'll go for the top 2. So I just that's their play. We did their play, and nobody for dual play. Nobody for free time. Nobody for Gayan Good. Then Koto Quadru now.
Yeah, chapter Boyale.
It's for Boyale. Now the mistake too I made in a weird our region. We didn't say anything about we're new town. We didn't say anything about Yao play. We didn't say anything about we did gladly. So among the Canada, who are we sure will be on the ballot? I'm getting to a place that my network will be bad. I'm taking a bush road, so y'all will not hear me. Y'all continue.
But why you will be in Modi State going in the bush?
I mean, I'm escaping the traffic bar. The traffic can be too much and far. Yeah, man.
Our brother maintaining a Vigo. You don't want to race.
No, I love traffic on 95. It's faster, but this evening everybody leaving from work. So the traffic can be huge.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, boss man.
Yeah, thank you for
with all of those people you listed, if they are contesting, then I mean, if somebody get 140, they should fight and the person win. Because
if all of the people contesting, I will go contest.
If all of the people contesting, because got the list was long to the extent that even me, I couldn't remember
Yeah,
all of those.
I can go get my own vote from my town. I had to Peter Wado, please give me chance. You contested already. Let me get my 2005 plus vote there. Me get it and go sit down.
But you got voter card. You saw what happened to Prophet Key, right?
No, I get voting card.
For me, nothing.
I
I don't
registered
get
in Apple. I
voting
get my
card,
voting card already, but I left it there. My voting
I don't
card
get
already on my table there.
I didn't go there right now. We the Buto people, we are reserved for 2029.
But you know, DK will not go over there and contest because you don't have voting card. So don't DK issue will be complicated and either going to where at the end of the day they will be appealing.
This network is already bad up.
Yeah, DK issue is complicated.
He's just
He cannot he cannot contest in Booyah now until he
No,
go back.
but like I said, Evanso, you're not getting me right. I said that certain names I'm waiting for. When they go in the race, I'll go in the race. I'm waiting for Avi. I'm waiting for Gosuke. The day they announce, I'm announcing.
Voting right. Avi have voting right. Now you.
Zero. He doesn't have. Zero.
Look, DK, head to head, you and my CEO, head to head industry flat. No other contestant, head to head, my CEO beating you flat. Flat.
You know, I'm your CEO, so I give it to you. I don't want you lost your job.
Now y'all go to you to vote and public the time monthly depending where you see now that way, so you see you depending.
Wait, be the judge for us, Evanso. My CEO, I represent my CEO tonight. My CEO and DK, if they both of them go in a race, who do you think will win? I want you to be fair and transparent or fair. Don't think say because DK serve as an office assistant, you serve as a political officer in the office of the representative, now senator, you should just take a side. No. Evaluate the situation, look at the weight, then you come up with your decision. You are the election commission right now.
Well, you know, the only thing is the boss man say he don't want to go into politics, so we can't force him to come into politics. But if he come into politics now, it will be complicated because he already told the people he don't want to contest. He say he want to contest. People will say no, we don't get time.
DK keeps saying if the CEO go in a race, he will follow. So now I want you to be the judge between DK and the CEO. If the two of them goes in the race, who do you think will win? That's the question.
Election commission will not tell you who's supposed to win until the election is held.
I mean, announce the result. Assess committee and announce the result.
How do I announce the result? How do I announce the result when the election are not being held?
No, now you the election commissioner. You the election commissioner.
If I were electorate, I'm going to tell you. Let's say all the electorates in Booyah, you represented them. I'm going to tell you, say, okay, meet him and start. But election commissioner say it's difficult to do that. We'll go to the election and see who will be the winner, though.
Okay, you are the only electorate here. You are the only electorate here. I want you to vote between DK and the CEO. You are the only electorate here. I want us to set this thing straight because DK keeps saying if the CEO go in a race, he will follow. He keep acting like if he got more power than the CEO. He got more, supporter than the CEO. So you set as the only voter and clear the entire air for us, please.
You see, like you make it DK testing me say don't matter me from y'all. You see that? The man won't
I'm telling you nothing. I'm telling you nothing.
Yeah, I will support the both of them. Yeah, let me be neutral. I support the both of them.
You are the co-host here, so don't do anything to lose your job.
No, that's very interesting.
Following, right? Any of our followers, any of our supporters that are following right now, you have the opportunity to vote today in Booyah, and you got only two candidates, Avi Seka Senior and DK Way. Just put your comment. If it is Alvin Seka, just put A in the comment section. If it is DK, just put D in the comment section. And let's see who is going to win. We just need one D or one A. The first name that appears win the election. The first name that appears under the comment section win the election.
Okay, that's what you.
The first name that appears win the election. I mean, it's simple because DK keeps saying if the CEO go in the race, he will follow. I mean,
I share this on the how do you call it, on Abraham Darrow's Dillon page, and somebody is telling me D and E.
We knew the one. We knew the one comment, and I think the CEO PD winning already. There is nothing about that. The CEO PD winning. The CEO already winning. We got two comments saying A. We got possible two comments saying A. Why is DK?
Yeah. So why DK is wanting us to contemplate on our district Booyah, this platform is holding not only for Booyah. Yes, it is Booyah base, but we want to generalize it for entire Liberia. But let's continue with the issue about the groundbreaking ceremony today. I think you got more information on it.
Yeah. So but before we go to the groundbreaking, I think many people were following us. Let's have our final talk on this Armstrong thing. We're not for those of you following us, we're not giving corridor to Armstrong. We're not making him popular. But then, when lies are being spoken on social media or on the media, we are media practitioners. We have to come and say the real thing. Armstrong said he was coming to debunk the lies by the senator, but I didn't see him debunking anything today. He didn't debunk anything. He just spoke in his interest and with hatred. That's what I saw. What I saw today in the voice, in the eyes of Armstrong was hatred, not, speaking for the people. I believe he has a personal issue with the senator, which I urge him to go to settle with the senator and not to bring it to public. But all of those things he said today, I want to say that almost every Liberian, every Nemadians, we are on the same path. But other people want to push certain group of people outside. Who is Armstrong to question the advocacy of a sitting senator of a county? This is not an ordinary person. Armstrong, you took on an advocacy before. And there were reasons maybe the current senator didn't support you at that time. According to you, you said you were serving the government. Now, if you are working for a government, you don't do things on your own. Even though sometimes you believe that certain things are going wrong, but then you are working, you sign a contract. But if you can take those things that happened in the past and bring it to the current day, then that means we cannot work on anything. We cannot do anything in Nima. If we want to bargain, it means we should be together as a people to work on our bargaining power so we can succeed. So that's it. I want to hear you on the last segment of this while we try to conclude with the Nima County administration groundbreaking ceremony today in San Nicole.
Well, when we have the show, sometimes we put a little bit fun and share some funds that what we were doing with Booyah issue, sharing fun between the CEO and our brother. Armstrong issue, like I said, I don't want to elevate to that stand. If I elevate this or try to elevate it, it will make other people see it as something or dialogue between the senator and Armstrong. So I don't want to elevate it that way. Whatsoever the senator said, it's not because that we don't have our own thinking ability, but I believe there are some of the things that we wanted for our leader to say or wanted for it to be heard by the central government, our senator said, so we agree with it. But for Armstrong to come not agreeing with the senator but he went ahead reiterating what the senator said. I don't think it's a good thing, we do. But let's say the people of Nimba, let's work with our senator. If he says something that is not good, also have to inject some, or some of the things that he's supposed to have said that he did not say, we can also inject it, or tell him, call him to Nimba to inject it into whatsoever they have as leaders. It will be better for us. It will listen to our leaders, and they carry on what, because we all cannot sit on that table. They can be there, so we have to also work along with them. It will be very good for us to do that.
Thank you so much, Alfonso. While we try to conclude on today's edition of the program, the Eat Hour, we have this breaking news from Sannicole, Nima County. The Samaritan Pursue International Relief, in collaboration with the Nima County Administration and the government of Liberia, broke grounds today for the commencement of the renovation work. So they want to undertake a project, an airstrip project at the LFU in Sannicole. And this project is sponsored by the Samaritan Pursue International Relief. The airstrip project will last for 6 months and is estimated at 30,000 United States dollars. And we tried to get a recording from the groundbreaking ceremony today, but we couldn't get it. But Madam Koumia Bergono spoke at the groundbreaking ceremony, and she hailed the Samaritan Pursue International Relief for this brilliant initiative that will in return bring pride to Nima County and the people of Liberia at large. Madam Bergono also emphasized the significance of the historic airstrip, urging citizens of Sannicole through the city mayor, Mr. Zeno, and Commissioner Miriam Gonapa for their maintenance work to take place there. So, I mean, the project, basically, the airstrip project will cost 30,000 United States dollars. I trust in the ability of the superintendent. I know this is not ArcelorMittal 3.5 million hospital project that is in Sekimpa. So this 30,000 project, we are hoping and praying that it will represent the city and it will represent the people of Nima County. But the superintendent will keep appreciating her efforts every time because she's doing absolutely well, Alfonso. If you're reaching Sannicole right now, I know you didn't stay in Liberia for most of those renovation work to start, but right now, if you arrived at the superintendent compound, I know you've been seeing pictures of the superintendent compound. But I mean, it looks very, very nice, very okay. DK wants to rejoin, but his phone is not really permitting him to do so. But again, that's it. We want to say we will follow the project, and we are optimistic that the county administration will do all they can for the project to represent the people of Nima and the people of Sannicole. For her, I cannot say anything much into that, but I know the project will not be like ArcelorMittal $3.5 million project in Sekimpa.
Yeah, surely. Well, my take on that project, they propose a month for the project. The project seemed to be a huge project, but they propose a month. It's very little. As I see, 30,000 United States dollars is very little. We commend the Samaritan Purse for the project, thinking about Nimba and thinking about Sannicole. We commend them for that. But that particular proposed budget is very less. I don't know whether they will do some alpha pavement down there or just clear the place and build structure for use and the helicopter or what supposed to be landing there. So it is if it is something that alpha pavement to be done down there, definitely 30,000 is nothing. Just for clearing and doing all of the fuel, this and that, 30,000 will be gone. So I believe if it is a good gesture from Samaritan Purse, the government can add up and make it. You want to carry on development, you make a development, substantial development. That would be a standardized stuff that in the nearby future, even though you have to increase it, to develop it more, but it will not cost that much. Yeah, but you can't do something today, you use the money, then you can't demolish that whole thing to what they call another one again, just spoiling the resources continuously. So let the government come in with some funding and add that 30,000, or if we can say, if our hearing that it was 300,000 plus, but it's 30,000, it looking some kind of way to me. 30,000 is nothing for SK, brother. SK to build a house, they clean stuff and other things. Even though I don't know about aviation correctly, but Alpha Pavement all supposed to be down there. What 30,000 will do? Then they give the contract to Jungle Water. That's the thing. Even though it's not bad to give them contract, but to give the Jungle Water because
you already spoiled the thing, right? You spoiled it. Why would you call Jungle Water for 30,000 contract? So it means it's only Jungle Water that can take on $30,000 contract.
That's why I'm saying, if that money had been $1 million contract, I don't think they were going to get the Jungle Water. They were going to then do it differently. But because it's 30,000 and they want Jungle Water, get all the cement, all the stuff down there, say, yeah, get the 30,000 to the middle and do the project. That's what they're doing. But if you want to get a project, then why you can't get to the Chinese? Get 30,000, get to the Chinese to do it.
They want to elevate Nima business. They want to elevate Liberian business. That's why they take the project to Jungle.
I understand. If you want to elevate Liberian or Nibans in business that way, then continue to give good contract to them. Don't just get $30,000 project to them. Mini airstrip. Yeah, mini airstrip. You can't get $30,000 for what they call. Maybe the Samaritan Pause contribution to that particular airstrip government will come here. I don't know. Yeah.
Which one of the town in District 5 that doesn't have good network?
The town in District 5 don't have good network.
I don't get good network.
But I think he will have to follow DK well, because even in the United States, in the West State drop, there was about
I don't know what's going on. That's what I'm asking.
DK, you can come here, guys. I want to come here. He brought in America.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they never give you hard time to our brother. It's not easy.
we have perceived America to be the best country. We thought that networking, trade or anything, but I think DK industry far.
No, it's not true. Network and trade here sometimes. I mean, many times you can trade. I mean, when you're not taking the best subscription, you are very cheap and you're taking. Like for me, I'm taking the almost second to the least subscription. Sometimes my network can be bad.
Epanso, I don't like these ways of you, Epanso. Why do you keep making people believe that we should post
my brother that do cyber security. I saw the get strong level. Let him now struggling with network. Just in the modern state, I don't know the part of the America in living. Maybe it's a village though, but they got village in America here though.
Yeah, I know.
But I live in a city in a very big state, so he knows that.
I know. You are city boy. You are city. So yeah. I mean, I'm not the one talking about DK. So when DK comes for you,
DK then can leave for that place to come socialize. In Minnesota. Yeah, I can socialize.
Is coming for you. You should get prepared because my hand, my phone, nothing is inside.
Now my brother will stay here. Just for last statement, DK will come back. If you want clone, you say you want come. I know DK. You're not allowed to go free.
You can come to socialize in Minnesota.
Yeah. And you go on DK platform wheresoever you see dancing after swallowing a GB like in Minnesota. And now where he is, and now in Philadelphia or Indiana or anywhere like in Minnesota they get come. Yeah. Even the Unico program that you saw him dancing after he finished swallowing the GB, he was forced to dance with the ladies. Right in Minnesota. Every socialization right here in Minnesota. I thought you will come, but never. Y'all, I hope you not go. Y'all, you too. It never. Yeah.
I know what's going on. Now you say you want to
You might dig you call the issue.
Okay.
Very good.
You not enter inside, huh?
Even the never issue following inside you. We don't know what's going on.
You made DK stop to the gas station to to talk. You see that? The people went park a car, he went to the gas station and to talk. But still, never like he said.
I was already exhausted. We can keep time for a little while. So let him come. I don't know where he is. Maybe he's currently approaching maybe Charlie. He's currently
I was just thinking, I said, but why DK will come here? The Batose will convince DK, say, please come to where I live. Don't go to Minnesota. DK is supposed to be living in Minnesota. I know people like DK, people like him, to be places like Minnesota. Now, you know, kind of tech places he is, and we buy nowhere, where condition. No, the problem he afraid of the cold, because Minnesota is very cold. So he don't want to be in a cold place. The brother say he not cold-blooded animal to kind cold place.
So if he is going back to contest in District 5, will be the one I would say they shouldn't vote for him, because the man in the state, he never bad. Then why about when you go District 5? Why we already suffering nowhere? We can't allow to get a contest in that play. We can't allow you. You can't be in America that you're never bad and you go to.
He will not when you can, you not advocate for any good nowhere, because even in America you never not good.
In America you not get good nowhere.
No, look, I can't be doing. When I was doing computer science, every day I got data and minimum phone. Yeah, in my computer I had to be on internet. But you can't be here if you do cyber security there and never buy. You can't hack someone on nowhere. You can't hack my network set. He said, "Bad, not bad, you know."
MTN disturbing our people, Orange disturbing our people. Then DK2, we expecting a cyber security expert to get network in the United States. You not get it? What's going on? Yeah.
My man, I think I see you on Friday.
All right, no problem. We see you on Friday.
We hit you hard today, eh? John network.
It has been a really, really great show. And really great everything. Let's hear you. Let's try to close up on this edition for today.
Oh, you know, yeah, we got a fun show today. I want to say thanks to our listeners, thanks to all those who participated with the text message you are seeing, and those who share the show, those who like and comment. We want to say thanks to you. We saw all your comments. Continue to watch the show and make more comments, and we will like it. We want to say here that the issue with Armstrong debunking the statement from the senator, we don't want to elevate it on our show in that much. We don't want to get more attention. It's just that we have to have our perspective on the issues. That's why. But we surely and wholly standing with the senator. And will be those lawmakers that will join in the fight. We will be with them. I even believe, even though they and Musa Belete, then they are not on a political, line, but when it comes to the issue, Musa Belete and Opa, to tell you how the leaders are united for the people to defend them against the exploitation ArcelorMittal is carrying on, it's a good thing. When it comes to the capital building issue, I want to say here that for Natikofa, shouldn't be a PRO in the case. The issue after every year we will come to the media. After every year we will come to the media as a seasoned lawyer. They can be telling their client, don't speak to the media when the case is in court. Then he is, replicating every other thing, it's not a good thing. But we, when you say law is logic, we're looking at them with the logic we have, even though we are not lawyer, but we're looking at them, we're learning from them. We also are observing some things that they are doing. We know they are playing more politics. Sometimes they see the truth, but they want to bypass the truth and make it look very bad and ugly in the public. So watching it carefully, Also the issue about the airstream, I want to commend the Samaritan Pulse and the government of Liberia. I mean the airport authority for breaking ground and thinking about Nima in that light. But I also believe that the amount, if it is true, 30,000 is not, it's just a pin of money. It's not enough to handle the kind of things in that particular place. To build airstrip is not an easy thing. For 30,000 to build airstrip, it's just to grade that place, to grade the place and clear the area. I think that 30,000 will do it because the machine they will be using, whatever the fuel they will be using, so now 2-3 drums of fuel, and what they call you cannot pave that place with 30,000. And that 1 kilometer is equal to 1 million USD. Then you get close to, in fact, the length of that place, if it is divided into 3, the width is divided into 3. Then we're talking about over 1 point some more kilometer down there. Then you come in 30,000. What 30,000 will do? It will not do anything. It will not do anything with it. Even if you fuel layer quota, it will not stay. It will not stay make it. So we expect the superintendent, the county government, and the government of Liberia to increase the budget or the fund for that particular project, so we can see the advancement of that place, because electricity are all supposed to be there. I want to say thanks to everybody. I want to say thanks to our brother for coming, talking about our attention should be due to the election in Buyao. Yes, we only wanted to know the guideline from the election commission. Then from there, we know who's supposed to be the candidate. Then we can start discussing them. So it is true that we will be inviting them, and I hope and pray that when we invite them, they come, and then we'll discuss it. Thank you for the day, Gio. Thanks to all the listeners.
Thank you so much, Afanso. You have been a wonderful conversation here tonight. As always, we'd like to say thank you for coming again. We hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, folks, that's it here tonight on the 12th edition of June 2025 BKS Heat Hour conversation here tonight. But like I said, thank you to all of you who watched the show. Thank you to all of you who helped to share the show to us well. It has been a wonderful conversation. Like I say, thank you for watching the show tonight. Chris War, he was following from Kansas City. Let me say greeting to you, Manager Takobi Sewa. Also follow the show here this evening. And Elijah Gay also followed the show. And we have our co-host who also help us to share the show too as well. But before we leave, I'd like to say thank you, and a big thank you to our CEO, Mr. Alvin Seka Sr., for always affording us this opportunity to come here and inform our people again. It has been a wonderful conversation. I've been Junior Payne, your regular host on the Heat Hour here on BKS TV. We catch you again tomorrow, same time, same TV channel. But don't forget, if you are going to bed, pray. And if you wake up in the morning, you should also pray. It has been a wonderful conversation. Live the life you love the life you live, and do not let anyone interfere into your personal affairs. Have a blessed Wednesday night.